Yo, my friend Eli said, "Who the fuck am I on Discord with?" I'm dead.
Oh, I thought you heard what Haley said.
What'd she say?
Something about her friend Eli and seeing who the fuck is on Discord with.
All right, we are
Well,
at roundtable
I
number
walked
six.
into the room and she like, oh.
It's 9:02. You will have until 10:02, or until you all stop talking. Good luck.
We
My
really are only missing Evan. Damn.
my first
Guys,
question.
what is that picture?
His cast photo.
My first question is
Daddy.
V. Are you fake? That was just
I
brought up.
don't.
Yes.
I don't get it, but
Well,
Well,
me and Allie already have started beating this like dad. Obviously, that was something that was said between us. Allie thinks I'm a traitor and it's over a gut feeling. And
Yes.
then yeah, so we've already talked about
Well,
that.
it's
I did
over a
say
gut feeling,
I
but
was going to
I did give examples, but they aren't strong enough, I guess, for anybody else. So if Jaywin flips, well, we're not voting Jaywin, I guess. But just know whoever goes out tonight, if they are not a goddamn traitor, I'm going after Jaywin's ass over a fire. I will roast her like a chestnut. And
Okay,
V is too.
okay,
Can I be a
okay.
marshmallow at least? But no, like for record, because I like that the live streams are recorded, can you tell the reasons why you think I'm a traitor? Because I want to look back on it.
Okay. There was one reason that I won't mention Jaywin that we talked about that I don't feel like needs to be brought up.
Do you want me to
Um,
bring it up?
Is
after.
it is it what you talked with me and Evan about?
No.
is it the thing,
Like,
Jaywin, that you brought up before with how traders could
yes.
be set up?
No.
We don't even know what it is.
Just leave it. Just leave
I
it.
have no idea what this is.
You guys will figure it out.
Okay.
Because
But
we
we
all talked about it, but I don't want to blow a spot right now on a live stream. Um, it's just a lot of little stuff. Like Jaywin at the thing last night. What was it? The comp where it felt like Jaywin really already knew the answer. It's like little shit like that. Like, and it could just be me over analyzing and reading into stuff at final seven. I understand this. But like I've had stuff on Jaywin before. Like it just feels like Jaywin's kind of in the background. And like yes, Jaywin is having the conversations, but like not Jaywin's not leading any conversations in my eyes. Um and it's one of those things like here where do we vote or what's the plan or stuff like that is kind of where it is. It's not again, it's nothing that's like hard evidence laid out, but like just little shit. And then Allie's gut, which for the record was wrong with Caroline. So like I'll give you that. But like the gut can't always be wrong, and I have good gut health. So I'm just going off of that right now. Yes, gutless Allie, but like, can someone rearrange them? Anyway, here you go.
Okay, well, just for the record, I want it on live stream or recorded so we can look back on it. I feel like I have led conversations. Specifically, I think it was seen with Cammy. I did bring up, and I know it's uncomfortable to talk about, and maybe that makes me look weird. I'm thinking from a production standpoint of demographics that would be traders, right? And I've said it. I still stand by on it, and I think that kind of was some of the snowball effect that led to Cammy because we weren't strong on it until some things were brought up. Um, I think I'm trying to. There is something that Allie brought up to me, and to respect Allie, I won't bring it up like right in front of everyone, but let's just be very clear. I in no way intend to like bribe, coerce anyone into keeping me in any position, I am saying on record that I am not playing this game for money. Also, just mind you, it's like $100 and something. So I mean, like in Texas, that's like a full tank of gas. So not too much. But it's more of a pride thing for me. I flopped on Traitors 1. I didn't get far on season 6. I just want to know for the Botto franchise that there was somewhere that I made it at least to the end. It's been like on my resume as not a good franchise for me. It's more of a pride thing. I will be the first to say it. So that, along with all of my comps, all of my intentions have been for the faithfuls. If I get murdered tonight because I don't have a shield, everyone knows it, everyone said it, I don't have a shield. So if I get murdered tonight, at least I want to get a traitor out this round. So there's a better chance for the faithfuls to win at the end. So I at least can say that I'm on the winning team, even if I didn't make it to the end. So that's where my head is at. That's where I was with Ali. Like, what the hell are you saying? We're supposed to be trying to get someone out this round, and that's where our intentions should lie. So that's why we had those conversations. But I don't want to monopolize time. I just want to make sure that that's clear. It's recorded somewhere. We have that information.
Ty had his hand up. If no one else had speak before, I don't want to be a
Yeah,
moderator, but go ahead, Ty.
I just want to go off what Jaywin just said, and we can't afford to get no answers from this roundtable. We need to know what someone's card is, no matter who it is that leaves.
I fully agree with that as well. And like we have different avenues we can go off of as well. Like if we go the Brian route, Brian has had sus on him since literally the second round. And it's kind of the same logic as with Mike, where we kind of let, Brian become the Mike of the season in the sense that we never answered that question. Whereas we cut that off with Mike as soon as we could. And Brian has become that, unanswered question that we have had this whole time of, is he a traitor or not? And that's why I wish, in the sense, I talked to Blake about this as well. Like, I wish Caroline didn't end up removing this stuff from the game, because I feel like if Caroline did stay here, it would have had that question answered sooner. Which, I'm sorry, Brian, it would result in you having been voted out, obviously. But I think it would have been more likely, because I feel like there would have been more need to actively go that route. I said Blake, to Blake as well. Like, I am very much undecided because I think we have different ways we can go. I feel like as I said, Blake has a very squeaky clean game that is very impressive, especially if he is indeed a faithful. But it's also very impressive if he's a traitor, and it is very an easy thing to hide behind. But like I had the call today with Blake as well, and he never seemed like he was emotional for being caught or being defensive as a traitor on that call. He generally seemed emotional and exhausted, and as if he just doesn't know what to do anymore. And it could be from being a traitor. I have played as a traitor before. Being a traitor is a fucking bitch. It is exhausting, it is tiresome, it is stressful. But I also feel like we have all been going at him again and again these last few days, that it could be from that. And so I don't know what to truly think here.
Can I respond to that if no one minds? V, you brought up myself and Blake, and that's fair. Fair if you're faithful and are just trying to trader hunt, which I kind of think you are, but like you brought up Blake and I, but like to me it's weird. Not saying you're doing this, but every round it seems like there's only two people that are like sus. It was me and Danny, me and Mike, Marissa, Danny. Last round, I heard it was Cammy or Ty, and I didn't want to do either of them. But like, why are we just allowing it to be between two people, looking at two people each round, when we should be looking at everybody? At least that's how it feels to me. But Blake, I'm sorry. I think you had your hand up. If you want to go, or anyone else has anything to say, but Blake, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just like to kind of say my piece a little bit. I was just on a call with V. I feel like I have explained myself in circles, in my thought process in circles, and I'm to the point where like I don't know what else I can do when I feel like I'm not being heard by people that do not want to hear what I have to say. And I feel like the reasons that were brought up as to why I am supposedly a traitor, half of them were not accurate factually, anyways. And a lot of people have stepped in and said that as well. I had sus on me throughout the entire game. I did not go rounds without, I mean, maybe there was like 1 or 2 rounds where I wasn't on people's like immediate sus list, but ZZ was sus of me as she was going out. Connor listed me as a potential name on a sus list. Allie has expressed sus of me. Evan has expressed sus of me. There's been sus on me all game long, just like there has been on everybody here. But I feel like because I don't have the strong relationships, I'm an easy target for people. I've been playing orgs for almost a decade. I'm not dumb enough to put myself as an under the radar player in one of those challenges. I'm not that stupid because I know that that would put sus on me. I'm not going to sit here and continue to defend the same things over and over and over again when I know what I am. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, to quickly respond off of the Brian thing as well, I feel like the first round it was not just Marissa and I think it was Danny that we also voted then. Like Mike was also heavily up there. Jen was still heavily up there, so I definitely think that one was more clouded. Even though it ended up the vote being very split, and I do agree it has been very weird how it's always been kind of between two people, and I think it's because we've always been debating between who's the better of two evils, I guess in a sense because I know there is suspicions on myself, there is suspicions on Ty, there is suspicions on Evan, there's suspicions on Ali. I think everyone at this point we have suspicions of each other, and I talked about I think nearly everyone here today as well. It's really difficult to read what suspicions are more important right now than others, and at least from my perspective, the consensus right now seems that the suspicions on you, Brian, and on you, Blake, are taking precedence right now because they give us more answers moving forward. That is how I perceived it. Please correct me if that is not your guys' logic. Like, that is how I've taken it. And
Can
again, if you have other ideas and pitches, give them. This is the time to do so.
I just want to
I
pick? Oh, go ahead, Ty. I just spoke recently. I don't think you did.
oh sorry. I was just gonna say I agree with B there, but I would say Evan was like more vocal about Blake than the rest of us. Um, like to me, I'm going off results of the last roundtable where we just got a traitor, and the only two people who seem to be backing up a traitor were Brian and Evan.
I also
And
wanted. Oh, go ahead,
no,
V.
I was just gonna say, like, maybe Evan, if you have the time, can you like just go over your main logic now that we are here all together? Because I know you definitely have already done so, but like I was asleep or other people were busy, and now kind of
Yeah.
just when we're all together, it may be good to repeat that.
Yeah, I sent voice memos earlier, like kind of just giving like a rundown on like the whole me defending Cammy of it all. And I said in my voice memo, it was just more so my suspicions aligned with hers. And for me, it just that validation made me feel like she was faithful. Obviously, I was misted and I was clouded by judgment. And I mean, this is no shade to me. Like I know how gullible I can be at times. And I truly connect with women better or female presenting people better. So, I mean, we just got along really well. And y'all know I had a Ty boner, but Ty knew I had a boner for him the past few rounds. And I just was really on his ass. And she was as well. So, me and her were sitting there thinking, and that's kind of where just my defending came. It was just like me feeling like she was getting painted out to be this person now after the whole I'm like trying to set up Blake and V of it all. And that's not how I felt it was. And I truly felt like that's not how she felt it was either. You know, little do I know she honestly probably was, giggling in the turret about it. But yeah, throbbing tie boner. But honestly, from my perspective, I wasn't setting anything up. I was set up. So that's kind of where that's coming from, if that makes sense.
Jay, when you can, I guess, go next. You had your hand up.
Yeah. Um, so I know that Brian and Evan were in cahoots, let's just say that, with Cammy at
But
one
here's the
point
thing:
or
I didn't
another.
even know Evan was with Cammy until the round table. I didn't know.
Sure, yeah. But what was Cammy's sus? What did she tell y'all before she left? And I think that will give us some more direction of where to go as well.
V and Ty for me, and but she was more so. I was honestly on my talk with Cammy, like I think it's V more so than Ty. But then Cammy was like, no, 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 it's Ty, and I'm like, I kind of side eyeing him a little bit, but I had more sauce on V personally over Ty. But I was like, okay, Cammy, if you think it's Ty, I trust you, and I completely trust the Cammy, and I can't wait to watch the turret back where she's laughing about me. I'll take it as a good sport. But y'all eventually got her, so congrats to y'all. But it was Ty and Blake. I mean Ty and
Well,
V. Sorry.
so then to me, like how I would play as a traitor, that would clear Ty and V as a faithful right now. Because why would a traitor put do a traitor on traitor move when they didn't necessarily have to, numbers wise? And if they were trying to plug or push someone, it would be a faithful. So Cammy
Mhm.
knew that. So that means that V and Ty would both be faithfuls in this theory.
I think
So
there's really only one reason as to why a trader in that scenario would want to offer up another trader, and that's if they thought that all three of them or all four of them couldn't win together. But it was in a situation where if they survived one vote and all three or all four of them were here, they effectively won the game. So I don't that's why my main reason honestly why I don't believe Ty is a trader. Like we have had our differences this season, but like we both were one of the main people to heavily push onto Cammy. We were basically the victims, quote unquote, of what Cammy was pushing. And I think at that point we have to look other ways.
Can I intervene here? Like I have 2 points.
Definitely.
One is if I go tonight and when I reveal faithful, y'all gotta reevaluate that what you said is logical, but it's wrong because if I flip faithful, the traders did betray each other. And secondly, and this is no shade, no tea. Everyone has been getting every read wrong, and to me, it's a little bit sus that V and Ty, not the orchestrators, but the people who found Cammy out, like were so confident in it and found it out. Like it's kind of to me like you knew already. That's just I don't know that for sure, but I'm just bringing that to the table as a thought. And if I'm banished, take more credence to that because that's genuinely like what I think could be. Not necessarily it is, but it could be because it just seemed like you
Yeah.
knew for sure.
When it came to Ty and I conversation, and we can continue as well after this, Ty, if you want to. Like we kind of were going over everyone, and I think it was a very similar aha moment in my head that I had with Blake of how clean his game was. That I feel like we had a very similar thing of Cammy kind of just followed everything. Cammy jumped onto the ZZ plan, jumped to the Mike plan, jumped to the Danny plan. They never really were the person running things. They were always the one, kind of being along there.
Who
And
started the ZZ
then
plan though? I didn't. I mean, I said the name first, but like somebody had to jump on
if
that.
I
I didn't
remember
have social
Hutch.
capital.
correctly, it was Hutch that was mainly the one who pushed that plan, from what I know. Um, but I feel like they always kind of jumped on these plans to get them to be a majority vote or seem that they are in the majority. And then, of course, there's also, the whole Blake plan of it all that I had made, where I felt confident in Evan and Jaywin. I had been public that same day that I was suspicious of Cammy, but I wanted to add Cammy into it because I wanted to see what their reaction was. Because either we have people jump onto Blake, and we know Blake is a faithful because traders have no reason to jump on someone, or we have what happened, where the plan blows up, crazy shit happens, and then we have to look at the people who were involved in it. And from the information I've gotten about that conversation, it mainly was Evan and Cammy, with Jaywin obviously also having to add in because Jaywin was involved. But it doesn't seem like Jaywin took the reins in revealing the information, and it seems it was more so Evan and Cammy. And that's then where my hesitancy also comes with voting Blake tonight. It could so easily have been that it was Evan and Cammy who were both traders, pitting Blake and I against each other. But that was kind of my main reason as to why I got so certain that Cammy was a traitor, because I feel like all of those things just didn't align.
I just I wasn't so sure it was Cammy. The first thing that raised a flag for me was the kind of catching her having to recall why she was sus of Evan. Then the second thing happened in the same conversation when it seemed like it was a V versus Blake setup. And then the third thing was when I went back and looked at roundtables and noticed like how quiet she was at them. So it wasn't like this, I'm so sure it's her. It was this gradual build up to like, for me anyways, thinking it really like finally I'm sitting on something that I think I can go with. Because up to that point, it's I haven't had anything to really go off of and haven't felt confident about anyone else.
Um, V, thank you for like bringing up your thought process as well. I just want to say I feel like out of everybody in the game, I feel like it's been known that you and I have had like a little rivalry going on. And so like I am trying to process like whether something sketchy is going on because people know that we are constantly going at it, and I'm trying to reevaluate in real time because like I don't know what to do.
I feel like it's such an easy thing to use against us because we have had that kind of tension between us majority of the season. And like I see, obviously, like I was one of the main people to even bring up the information regarding you, and now Evan is also pushing it. So like I see why the suspicion is around you, but then I also see these other things where I'm like, we are actively kind of being pinned against each other. I feel like they are kind of fanning that flame more and more, and it's the same thing here. Like if we lose a faithful this round, it'll likely be 2v3 next round, and then we're in the same situation as we would have been if we lost the faithful last round. So this round is so crucial that we catch a traitor. And if not catch a traitor, vote out a faithful that gives us all of these answers that we know who the traitors are. And I don't want to vote out a faithful. I want to vote out a traitor here that I am more than not certain on. And the more I'm like thinking about it and going through things, the less sure I am of Blake. And I know it sounds crazy coming from me because I feel like I've been the one who's been on Blake the most this season. But I also don't think it's fair that I'm then gonna be voting for someone that the more I think about it and the more information comes through, that I'm starting to get unsure. And we cannot be unsure about it, I feel like. I'll say I'll use a Dutch word for this, twijfelaar. And a twijfelaar is basically a person who just always is unsure and never really knows what to do. And we cannot be that this round. And I'm very worried that we are likely going to make a wrong mistake with Blake because I'm not reading his emotions and the way he's acting as a traitor. I genuinely believe he wanted to start playing harder because that is effectively what we asked of him. We cannot be complaining that he's giving his suspicions and his ideas because that's what we asked of him. And I don't know. I
You
feel like
know,
I'm playing devil's advocate, but
Name of the
no,
Thank
episode is
you.
Trey for
I
Loud.
I think I do relate to Blake on that though, because as soon as everyone was, well, not everyone, as soon as Ty and Josh were like, Jaywin, it's us that you're not actually participating. Bitch, I turned it on from there. Like I have been participating. So I think the same thing happened with Blake, where everyone was on Blake about being so squeaky clean and quiet. Maybe that's just because a bitch is squeaky clean and quiet. Like, and that's it. And at any rate, I think it would be a good exercise or something to think. By the way, if Allie is going to use a blue shell on Blake, then don't vote
It's blue
Blake.
waffle.
Okay, I'm
Blue
sorry, a blue
waffle.
waffle on Blake because we need some kind of answer. So if we're going to not have a round table this round, that it's the same, it puts us in the exact same position tomorrow with more people. Like that's not going to be helpful. So I think that it's a good exercise to think if we do vote Blake and Blake flips faithful, what does that tell us? If we do that, if he flips traitor, what does that tell us? If we do that for Brian, if Brian flips faithful, what does that tell us? If he flips traitor, what does that tell us? Like we need to kind of think about the next step after this, or even Evan. Like I love Evan. I would like die, bitch. I'm gonna say it though. But if Evan flips faithful, what does that mean? If me flips traitor, what does that mean? Like we need to think about what does it mean for the next step.
Just to go off of what you're saying. Oh, not that, Allie. Just to go off of Jalen. I do think it doesn't help in a sense. Like obviously, there's still people here. I do think like there is a benefit to like seeing where the votes go, and she still uses it. Like I do think there's like pros and cons to it being thrown out if this blue waffle is even real.
We need to see cards, though. We need
I
to see
mean, yeah, we
cards.
do, but I'm
Mhm.
just saying like there is some sort of benefit.
You know what? And I will say, I know it's like, oh, do we gamble? Do we gamble? Allie is going to come for my ass if we vote for Brian and Brian flips faithful. What the fuck ever. I'm willing to gamble on that to get some fucking answers. Allie can be on my puss all day long. It's okay as long as we get some answers. That's
Allie
and I
was
just shaved too, so it is very nice. And so you're welcome, Allie. And that is on stream with my government name. I am changing my name now.
Oh,
Allie said last
like,
night, you don't think I'm a traitor, then why are you going to be shocked if I flip faithful? I don't get that, Allie, because she says in the chat. Like,
Allie talk.
maybe she's busy IRL with the kids or something, but like, if she,
Allie, you said you're drinking 2 Celsius today. Where are you at?
All of this talk about a hole and pussy, Jesus Christ.
We're going to get the
Austin is gonna get demonetized, is gonna get kicked off of YouTube. We're gonna have to be doing this on a different platform soon. I think the Bodo OnlyFans is gonna have to start.
Yeah.
if I,
okay, then
I say if you think it's Jaywin or anyone thinks it's anybody, stand 10 toes down on it and say your piece. But if you don't want to say your piece, make the vote. But like,
Um,
waiting just is sus to me. I don't get
We
that.
have to give all
I
of our information.
I don't want to harp on Blake. Like I love Blake dearly. Um, I do have like just like a question because I haven't gotten to talk to you just because I think you were busier during the day and then I was obviously at work. I was just wanted to know like where your head's at with everything. Like who are you sus of? Like what's going through your head? Not where you're voting, but like obviously just how you feel.
Yeah, I feel like I've been very upfront with everybody that I've spoken to today. There's always going to be a part of me that is, and I love you down, but Brian, if you are a faithful or a traitor, I'm very worried that if we don't get a final answer on that question, that going into the end game where we don't get any more role reveals, we're not going to know what to do or which way to go. Um, and then I also thought like, and Ty, I told you this straight up, but like last round with the Cammy and you situation at the round table, I thought it was just a little like odd that she started acting all like timid and stuff after you said her name. So like a part of me was questioning whether it was traitor on traitor or not. Um, I don't necessarily think that anymore, but I'm
Reevaluate once I flip faithful. Reevaluate that once I flip faithful with Blake tonight. I swear that's what's going to happen. And then it was trade on trade or crime. At least one, once I get banished tonight, everyone reevaluate that.
okay, I'm not trying to be a very like serious, Sally. But Allie, you can't hold us hostage with this. Like, we need some kind of
Can and I will.
information.
But that being said, if the ginger isn't getting votes, then it doesn't get used. But if Brian is getting the votes like we said, I won't use it.
It seems to me like you're trying to like, or people are somebody is trying to push me, not necessarily you, Allie, because
It's
when
not me. It's not me.
Allie already said if
they
like
get votes
everyone else can get the blue waffle except for me.
and me,
So and you. So that kind of does hostage us into that box. Like, and that's what it is.
Bitch, I'm
And
not using it. But I can if you want me to.
oh my god. I hate it when I actually start taking these games seriously.
Allie, I'm literally gonna laugh out loud if this blue waffle is
Austin,
real.
Austin,
Is
am I
it a
allowed?
fake
Am I
card?
allowed to post my card without? Like, am I allowed to do that? Not my faithful card, but like my card, my little shell.
your advantage, yeah.
No, if that fucking advantage is fake and we made a blue waffle meme this entire season that I still don't understand to this day because I don't know what it is, and everyone is saying to not Google it, so I'm left out of this joke, then I'm gonna fucking scream because
You
I
don't
feel
want to
like I'm
be
left
you don't
out.
want to be a part of this joke. I don't want to be a
Well,
part of this
Austin didn't
joke.
answer, so just know I have a blue shell.
Does anybody know how to
Oh, he
does
said
anybody know how
no.
to get an
I'm
iPad
not
camera
allowed.
to stop zooming in and out?
No, it is something that I experienced in another work as well, and it happened with two people. It happened even during an endurance challenge, which was a pain in the ass for that person.
When the
I
season's
have no
over, I'm putting
idea.
it in the VL. You guys can all see my blue waffle in the VL.
Don't say that. Oh my god.
I will pop that blue waffle in the VL.
Oh
I don't
God.
think okay, so we don't have a choice.
If we're holding me and you hostage, Jay, I'm gonna take the bullet. Might as well not hold our
I'm
time
not.
hostage.
If Jaywin gets votes right now, I'll use it on her. So don't touch her either.
I
Just
gotta
vote
vote
for
for
Brian.
I gotta vote for somebody. I can't self vote. I'm voting you, Allie.
But if you
Resistance,
think of a
I'm
resistance.
having
traitor.
too much fun with this waffle right now. I'm so tired, and I drank a Celsius and whatever other energy drink is out there. I think it's like a C something.
You
Those
told
are
me to
both
drink a
really bad
C4.
for your those are very bad for your health.
Well, guess
That's for your
what?
heart.
You know what's bad for your health?
As you just
My
drank
blue
a Red Bull
shell
earlier, Jaywin.
Oh my god.
A blue waffle.
Alexandria.
with a Y.
Well, okay. Can we so if Brian flips faithful, besides Allie being in my pussy, like what else is going to happen? Like what does that really show us for who the remaining traitors are? If
Yeah,
there's
but
one or two or like whatever, like what does that really show us?
That the faithful's lost.
I'm looking
I
at
don't think the Faithfuls lose then. I think it's gonna be very tough.
V,
But
you would say that.
I think if there are two traders left, it effectively forces the faithful to go to final two with the only person they trust. Because there's no scenario where you can risk sitting with three people with any form of uncertainty. But we need a trader out. We cannot have that risk or uncertainty next round. Like of course, we can get answers from a faithful going, but we get more answers from a trader going, and we get more leniency from a trader going, and we need that. Like we've been on a tight leash these last few rounds, and we were able to get Cammy and it helped us. But if we cannot get another, then all that work to get Cammy out is literally for naught.
So, Allie, if I show you my freshly shaven puss, will you not use your blue shell on anyone so we can at least see something? Because then if you use it, then it blocks us from seeing anything.
As long as it's not me or Ty
Okay. All right. Fine. At least that opens the door. Y'all are
or Blake or
welcome.
Evan.
Oh my
Well, V out.
god!
Oh, because he's fake, right?
Allie. Okay, I'm done negotiating with terrorists. I'm over it.
Well, Evan's thing says twink. If I don't use it on him, it's giving homophobic. Blake has a husband. It's also giving homophobic.
Is Allie's blue waffle
I
the win villain?
Ali, I am not only non-binary, but also gay.
Yeah, wake it up.
But you're
And
fake.
for two
That doesn't
espresso
that,
martinis, I'll be
that,
whatever you want. Like,
that doesn't change
let's
that I'm
open the
gay and
door.
non-binary, so it's still homophobic. It's same thing if you do it to Ty. Like
Oh, so
we
now
got
I'm sus because I'm not gay. Damn.
yes,
You know
actually
what,
yes.
Jaywin? You know what? I have to use it. I have to use it on Jaywin now. My little angel sent from above.
Don't piss me off.
I love that I have this little fun toy.
It's
It's like Evan's rose toy.
it's
It never
so
runs out of
unserious.
battery.
I'll do this because we
anyone.
only have like 22 minutes left. Brian, where are you leaning? Because we haven't really had a lot of chance to talk today.
Yep.
So like, where is your head at?
I personally believe Blake and I are just being pitted against each other similarly to you and Blake in a different way, of course. I think the names all day have been like Blake and Brian, and no one wants to discuss anything else from my knowledge. And like, I know because y'all will see, but like, I know that a traitor betrayed Cammy, so that's the only evidence that I have is like who you and Ty respectively each to me were the ones who figured out Cammy, and that, like I said earlier, gives a little sus to me that one of you might be a traitor, not necessarily both of you, but one of you might, and that's my only thinking. I made a joke that I'm voting Allie. I'm not necessarily voting Allie tonight. I'm genuinely going to vote who I think's a traitor, but I do feel like I'm a dead man walking. But I just can't wait until about 25 minutes ish. I get validation, where I get to show you all that I've been truthful all season, and then we can be friends.
You're saying that with the Eagles jersey on. That's brave.
I,
T-shirt.
Actually, I hate to agree with Allie right now because Allie's really frustrating me. But yeah, an Eagles shirt is kind of wild to wear to
they
a
hate us because
roundtable.
they ain't us. We're one of the best right now. So
Locking in my vote.
I
I
know,
don't
for
know
real.
anything about
Just kidding.
these
I'm kidding. I'm
teams.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
well,
I'm pissing Jaywin off, but at least I'm not pissing on her.
you're
I'd
betraying.
rather you piss on me at this point.
What are you, a Giants fan or something, Allie? Or you just don't like the Eagles because you're from the area?
I am. I'm like 20 minutes from there. But
East Rutherford or whatever it is. Yeah.
no, I'm 20 minutes from you,
Oh, I
ding
thought you were
dong.
talking about the Giants, but I get you. I get you.
No, I hate the Giants. Hate them.
But
I would also like to add, similarly to Brian, I don't want to go, but if you guys really need like answers as to me, so I can finally show that I'm a faithful, if you have to vote for me, do what you got to do. But
So don't use the blue waffle on Blake. Got
no,
it.
please do use the blue waffle on me. I really am not a traitor.
What the hell is this?
I'm really
Is
not a
this
traitor
plea?
because I'm to the point where I'm so like I'm irritated. Like I feel like I've been defending myself time and time and time again that like I don't know what to say anymore that I haven't already said. Um
I just want to
I've been
say
trying my best.
I love the traders honestly because they can see how real I'm being, and I think you're probably in the same boat, Blake. If you are faithful, any faithfuls can like they see the real faithfuls and how we're being real. But
You
shout
know
out,
what?
shout out to the traders.
I'm not shouting out the traders. It's on site after the season's over.
No, but game respects game. At least that's how I feel.
No,
Like
I am gonna
I
cuss
do
some
not
people out.
respect these fucking traitors. I will get them. I will beat their fucking asses, except Cammy because she's gone, queen. But everyone else, you're done. You're done. Jamin, you better not hope it's you. I will come to Texas so fast. This ain't Texas, but I will hold him.
Woo! No, actually, I really do hope if you do come to Texas, that'll be fun. Anyone's down to visit Houston.
I told you I'd be in Houston next year.
Yes, and we're gonna pop our puss.
Yes.
Allie's still gonna be inside mine, so it'll be a nice little trio.
If
Yes, and Ty
only
will be in
Florida
mine,
was
so it'll
closer to
be a quad.
Texas.
It's
Oh
like
my
a
gosh, it's
God.
like one of those Russian dolls.
Rushing nesting dolls, yeah.
fuck.
Blake, I feel like we need to get our rage boners on again, so we have something to do because these four are all doing way too much.
Blake, would you like to come into our Russian dolls, Daddy?
Allie's a psychopath, I fear.
No, this is Allie on energy drinks. This is why she doesn't drink them.
Never again.
We should have let this bitch go to sleep.
I know.
Well, she's wide awake, Katy Perry style, baby.
We should have picked 10 p.m., y'all. Come on.
No, I fear she'd still be up.
I think we done goofed here. Talking and words and words and talking and words. More words and more talking.
I'm Roxy Andrews, and I'm here to make it clear. I know you love me,
Hey,
baby.
baby,
That's why you brought me here.
I
I was
just
a
want.
bitch on
The
season
big
5.
season
I'm
five.
gonna make it right.
Can I bring up one
You
more thing?
sewing challenge. Of course.
So in regards to Ty, you mentioning earlier that bringing up Susso and Blake and I because we were people that have voted ZZ, and I'm pretty sure you did too. And if you're faithful, you should only bring up Blake and I. However, other four people cannot confirm you're faithful, so they got to be looking at you equally for that reason as Blake and I. And I hope you understand that. But like as you know, the other four cannot know you're faithful for sure. So they got to look at you the same as Blake and I for that same reasoning. I just got to put that out there.
Wait, who did you say that for?
Ty, because Ty brought up the fact that Blake and I voted ZZ, but so did Ty. But of course, Ty's going to say that if he's faithful, but like the other four people can't confirm that he's faithful. So you got to bring that.
We're not talking about Tyrone Howell here right now.
Why? We have to talk about
I
everybody.
was
we
just kidding.
should.
I was
Like,
just kidding. I was just kidding.
I know. I feel like my reasoning was good. I thought there was a traitor amongst a certain group of people. So
But no, I'm not saying your reasoning doesn't track, but like for the other four people that aren't you, that like aren't Blake and I, they can't know for sure that you aren't didn't do the same thing with the ZZ vote, because you also
yeah,
voted ZZ.
yeah. I mean, I just think I don't have as much on me besides that, I guess.
Well, I just wanted to put it out there because like it all's fair.
I mean, I like obviously I have to look like we have to look at the people who voted ZZ because that was still a thing. But then I also remember, Hutch was a faithful and he played a very big role in that. So I'm more so looking at who's jumping on that plan. And from what everyone has told me, it was more so Blake being asked to join it over Blake jumping. I immediately like, oh, excited, let's do this. Unless Ty, you can correct me, or Jaywin, you can correct me.
I think
Because
that
I wasn't there,
is
obviously.
so from my perspective, and I know that this was reiterated with Ty. So that call that we were supposed to jump on to talk about that vote was Cammy, Blake, Caroline, Ty, and Hutch. And I was supposed to get in. I did the challenge with V and Allie. I couldn't get in because this room was full. So then I had a conversation with Allie and V afterwards where we talked about Blake. Like that's what the conversation was. And then I had additional conversations afterwards, talking to Ty, talking to Hutch. They were very gung ho on the ZZ vote. I didn't vote along with that because at the end of the day, I was really set on Brian. That's where my gut told me to vote, and I stuck with it. So that's how it came from my perspective. I did understand from Hutch that Hutch said that, oh, Jaywin and Blake were going to come with me no matter because I mean, I can't speak for Blake, but I trusted Hutch to an extent. Sometimes he weirded me out, but you all did. You all do.
Blakery, I believe you had your hand up if Jaywin was done. I didn't
I'm
know if
done.
Yeah, Hutch basically asked me to be a part of the vote before it was formed. And I'll be honest, Hutch and I are actually like decent friends outside the game. So I was more inclined to believe his reads than people who I barely knew at the time. And that's why I joined on the ZZ vote.
V, you brought up the fact that we should be looking at the people who jumped on the vote. And I get I'm going home, but I had no social capital enough to be the one that jumped it. I brought it up initially, but like in regards to that point, I did not jump that on that vote. And I
Well,
thought
to me, the definition of jumping on a vote is going along with it, kind of just to go along with it. I feel like that's what Cammy did most of the game. Cammy never was one of the people really guiding things along or pushing things. And they kind of just were like, oh, this is a plan that helps me, I'm going to do it. Or this is a person that, is seemingly majority vote, I'm just going to do it to blend in. That's kind of what I mean with, jumping on a vote. It's not like pushing a thing or running a thing.
I see, but I didn't do that. I was not didn't jump on the vote. I don't think I fit that criteria for that vote. But I digress with that because I didn't jump on that vote. I said the name myself. I was the one who started the name, like brought it up to everybody as potentially, but I didn't jump on anything with that. But words, words, words. Anyone have anything pertinent to say or anything? And a J-Win has left the building.
No, I'm back. I was changing my settings on my phone to allow Zoom to let me post pictures, but I had to allow access and then it kicks me out. Um, and now the bit is gone, so I don't even need to post the picture. It's fine. But words, 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 talking, talking, talking. Does anybody have anything else?
Trying to think.
Allie, my little crackhead, can you so I don't know.
What are you trying to ask?
Do we have to vote the way you want us to vote? Otherwise, you're going to blue shell us, is what I'm asking.
I don't have a preference. Who are you voting for? I already voted.
You are so unserious. Oh my god.
I I'm so stuck on this vote.
Al, you're not voting a traitor tonight because you said last night to Tide that like Brian's a faithful, be so for real. But now you're voting me. I just still don't get that. You don't
There's
think
just
I'm?
more evidence against you.
But you said on the chat earlier you don't think I'm a traitor.
Yeah, I think Jaywin's a traitor, but there's more evidence on you than there is Jaywin.
Oh my
I mean, there are
god.
still two traders left, so it could be both in actuality.
Jay, when we've been running that turret, you know we have.
Oh my god.
If Brian
And
flips
what
traitor and he just said that, I'm screen recording that and posting it everywhere.
Okay. Well, one of my sus reasons is that I painted my office fucking green. So I don't know what y'all
Who
want from
said
me.
that?
Not you. I'm just
I was
joking.
Of
gonna
course,
say, did I
we
say
have
that?
ZZ's red lights, and now you're just painting things
Oh,
green to seem faithful.
and
Obviously,
Jaywin also had red lights, so I remember at one point in the game, so maybe she's faithful, like
Yeah,
Zizi
I
was.
have red and green and I'm fucking Christmas ass bitch in here, I guess. It's
ho ho
fine.
ho. I
With
mean,
my
it
ho
fits with the
ho
blue waffle
hos.
of it all. Ho ho ho.
You know what? I'm so glad for this round to be over so I never have to hear about a fucking blue waffle ever again.
Oh, don't worry.
That that that's the baby. Whenever we're going to be talking about this season, the blue waffle is going to be brought up. I think we all know this.
I thought this was the gutless bottom season.
Porcano
It's
Los
it's
Dos.
it's I have noticed whenever I play orgs, it gets incredibly unhinged. So at this point, I just think I'm the common denominator, and it's my fault. Because like Hypnotic had pussy teeth and amputation talk all in like the first 3 days. So
Orcs is where people let their freak fly.
Vote where you want to vote. That's
Can I
all I'll
vote for the
say.
blue waffle? That's my vote. I want to vote for the blue waffle itself. No, just me, maybe.
I already voted, so you guys do what's in your heart.
I'm about to vote too. I have nothing else to say or bring
Yeah,
up.
I really don't either. I don't want to harp on Blake, so I'm just not going to. I feel like I've done enough on my poor Ginger, so I'm ready to vote, honestly, if anyone else is just ready to do it.
Let's get this show on the road. If no one's opposed, I'll be marching down that funeral or that I don't know the words, but like I'll be marching to my death here.
I have one more question, and it's to you, Blake, and to you, Brian.
Go for it,
Can
Blake.
you like look into the camera and say you're not a traitor?
I am not a traitor. I swear to the VL, every player in this game, that I am not a traitor. I can't wait to show it in a few minutes if that's what happens, which is probably most likely gonna happen. But I promise I'm not a traitor. Blake, take it away.
I am also not a traitor. I would have had a crash out by round 2.
Not it zooming in and out.
I know a lot of you don't know me from back in the day, but I was kind of psycho. So you all would have known if I was a traitor. I played this exact way season 1. This is just how I play a faithful game. I swear to y'all, I am a faithful.
Alrighty, then
I
I
believe
think
we
I can
both
vote
are.
as well.
For the record, I'm about to die, but I believe Blake and I are both faithful. But we'll find out tomorrow. I can't wait.
With that, then let's get to the vote. You can talk about whatever you want, just not the vote in your game.
Shout out to the VL and shout out to Zach Perez. That's an icon.
Oh yeah,
Shout,
shout out to Zach, love you.
shout out to the VL.
Shout out to my Mackenzie.
Yeah, shout out to ZZ, we love you. Shout out
ZZ
to
for real.
Caroline.
Shout out to Sarah. Um, Shout out to Esme.
I
Yeah,
love you,
shout out to Esme.
Hutchifer.
Hey,
Um,
Scooter.
Not too much on Scooter. Why are you shouting my bestie out? I will do that. Hi,
Can a twink
Scooter.
not be nice?
Shout,
No.
Hey,
shout out
No.
to our
Scooter.
favorite Hottie Hutch.
Yeah, hottie hutch. Scooter, if you're listening, we're answer my question about Ride or Dies. Thank you. Love
Scooter, be
you.
my ride or die.
Don't piss me off, Twink. Don't
Scooter, be
back
my ride or
All
up.
die.
right,
Back
I have your
up.
all's votes. Let's get right to it. First, we have is Allie, and Allie voted for Brian. Allie.
I did what I had to do so that I don't have to use the show.
A waffle, but yes.
Next, we have is Jaywin. Jaywin voted for Brian. Jaywin.
Okay. I love you, Brian. Kind of going. I feel like I can't. Oh, I shouldn't harp on Blake because I did that season 1 and I was wrong season 1. And I was very loudly wrong. And this is a little bit of a gamble for me. I do feel, and I'll go on record, that Allie beat our ass to vote this way. But yeah, okay, I'll stop talking. I'm so sorry. I really hope you are a traitor so it can just help us, but I'll stop talking.
And next, we have is Evan. Evan voted for Blake. Evan.
My ginger poo. I voted for Blake. Yeah, I said what I said, and I stand by it. So yeah.
Next, we have is Blake. And Blake voted for Brian. Blake.
Brian, you know I love you. I actually have a bad gut feeling that we both might be faithful, but I think that Evan, save it. I think that if we don't, I think that if we don't get an answer now, this is our last chance. So,
All right, next we have is Brian. And Brian voted for Allie. Brian.
Random.org is making a prediction in this game.
You
And
bitch.
they predicted Allie. That's all.
Next we have is Ty. And Ty voted for Brian. Ty.
Brian, no matter what you are, I think you did everything kind of wrong.
Next we have is V, and V voted for Brian. V.
Um, I mean, Brian, I love you. Like when I saw you play protagonist, like I understood why everyone really liked you, and like I genuinely really love you as a person. You're so awesome. I think with the evidence we have, and I like every person that we have trusted getting voted out said it was you. And the only person with votes from the past players that has any substance, because technically Ali also got a vote, but it was Danny, and do we really trust Danny's judgment? No, we don't. Love you, Danny. Is Brian. So it's like I I'm trusting my gut. I'm trusting the accusations that ZZ gave, that Connor gave, that people right now gave, and I'm just hoping it's correct.
All right, and with that, in a 5-to-1 vote, Brian, you have been banished. You'll have a moment to say your goodbyes, reveal your role, and then leave the call.
Thank you, Prod, for hosting this game. First Traders Long game. It was really fun and pleasure getting to play with some of you again and meeting the other people I didn't play with before. It's been amazing. But in this game, seems to be all about like detective work, and I am no detective. But it seems neither some of you. I'm a faithful. Good luck.
Allie, I'm eating your ass. I'm
All
beating
I'm
right,
your
and
ass.
beating
with
yours.
I'm
that,
beating your
You
ass. Okay, fine. Beat my ass,
you
dude.
have
What the
you have till
fuck?
10:15 till lights out, and good luck. Tomorrow's the finale. One last day. See which one of y'all make it.